Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection was ported to the PS3. And that, I think, I mean, I'm pretty sure you all have the statistics, but when you ask the majority of, say, older Tekken players who have been in the scene for a long time, their favorite Tekken game was Dark Resurrection, right? And so that was ported over, and I don't have the statistics, so, but I can only assume that was a hit when that was ported over.
But that wasn't an old game at the time.
This is true.
It first came out on the PSP, DR. It never came out on a proper console, but roughly around the same time, it was before 6. It came first DR to PS3 and then DR Online. So it wasn't really like now when you have 7 going back and, for example, putting out 3. It's not, I don't think, the same thing as DR.
Okay, sure. That's completely understandable.
I mean, I understand the games had popularity at the time, and I mean, we get to play them all the time when we have to for reference, but when you play it, you're like, oh my god, how did I play this at that time?
I don't think it was that horrible. I mean, Tekken 6 had a very, I think it had very mixed feelings towards it. Depends if you were a Bob and Lars player or if you were everyone else. And we're talking about vanilla here.
But for the most part, it's always the best, you know. I thought Tag 2 was the best at the time, but after 7, especially after we updated with Fate of Retribution, it's hard to go back to other ones because this is my favorite in the series.
It's quite a good game. I've actually asked that question to quite a lot of the more advanced players here, the technically advanced players, and they prefer Tekken 7. They liked Tekken Tag 2 when it was out, just as you said, but going to Tekken 7, they really enjoyed it. So.
あれもそうだよね。コレージに行った時に昔の置いてあって、なんか面白さ半分ではちょっと触ってみるけど、じゃあずっと遊びたいかというと、7があれば7やりたいもんね。
そう一回立ち上げて、あそうだったそうだったって確認はしたいんだけど、遊び続けるかってそんなことないから、やっぱ最初に遊びたいっていうのがなっちゃうね。
And you know, Harad and I felt this pretty strongly when we went to Collision. I think it was February in Peru. They had an assortment of like. I think Tag and very early installments, and it was fun to play it for a little bit. And say, oh yeah, I remember this. Bruce had these moves, whatever. But it gets old pretty quickly because you have the latest and greatest, like right there. So you're more inclined to play Tekken 7. So again, we understand it's got the nostalgia effect to it, but it's kind of hard to compete with the latest.
I completely understand that. I mean, nostalgia effect is probably why. A lot of us here still enjoy playing Dark Resurrection. We do play the latest rendition that we have on console or the arcade because we have Australia is considered an arcade country. So if we have the option, we'll always pick arcade, regardless. But when it comes to consoles, we actually default back to Dark Resurrection when we want.
It was a popular installment.
Yeah, it was quite popular. So I have another question here. Did you ever consider making a Tekken spin-off? Now, I know that Tekken Tag 2 is not canon. The Tekken Tag series is not canon. Did you ever think of making any sort of other spin-off that had to revolve around any other character sort of storyline?
Like Tekken Cross Street Fighter? I just kidding.
Well, look, I'm not going to ask that question.